I've noticed that most of my recent videos are about visiting exciting places in Japan. So I thought, why not show you what a normal day off looks like for me now that I moved to the land of the rising sun? Let's hang out. So this is the local train that I use to get around Kyoto. And here we are at Sanjo Station. Sanjo is basically 3rd Avenue in Japanese. Would you say I'm a pretty average height? I'm about 6 feet tall, which I think is kind of average in Canada. But I find that when I'm around locals in Japan, I think I'm a few more inches taller. How tall are you? I like taking the stairs when I can. In Kyoto, most stations have elevators, but often they're very tight and usually have a lineup, so I like to save them for people who need them more. Plus, it's pretty good exercise. This is me swiping my train pass. In Japan, it's common to use what's known as an IC card to pay for your fare. The most common card I see people use here is called Ikoka, but there's other IC cards you can get, and they all work the same. Compared to other stations I've seen in Japan, I'd say Sanjo Station is a pretty medium sized station. It has a few stores and things, but it definitely isn't as big as Kyoto Station, which has hundreds of shops and restaurants. But what it does have is a pretty good dollar store and a book off, which sells secondhand games and collector's items at a pretty good price. It's run by the Keihan line, but Kyoto also has the JR and Kintetsu train companies as well. In Kyoto, I see a lot of cars driving around. Right now, I don't have one, but maybe I'll get one eventually. Until then, I honestly find it's very convenient to take the train or the bus around here. This is a Japanese maple tree, momiji. I love seeing this one whenever I cross this bridge. And this is the Kamo River. Sometimes I like to go down to the riverside and watch the city bustle away. It's very peaceful, and at the other end of this bridge, there's a convenience store you can grab some snacks from to have a little picnic. So today I'm planning to show you guys my favorite place to go shopping in Kyoto. And then let's have a picnic at Kyoto's National Garden. Maybe we can even explore Kyoto's Imperial Palace if we have time. This is a restaurant called Matsuya. There's a lot of different restaurants like this, and they all serve really delicious meal sets called teishoku for a really good price. Try one out next time you're in Japan. Something I love about living here is that even in the heart of downtown, you can find beautiful places like this tucked away all over the city. This one is called Zuisenji Temple. Ah, crosswalks. Perfect time to gather your mind or make friends. Imagine if I made a friend with one of these people waiting with me. I think I walk around a lot in Japan. On a typical outing, my step count is usually between 8 to 10,000 steps. But when I'm at home, it's probably less than 1K. And here we are. This area of Kyoto is full of shopping streets called Shotengai, with tons of stores, entertainment venues, and restaurants to enjoy. This particular Shotengai is Sanjo Meitengai, primarily full of premium goods. Another great shopping street here is Shinkyo-goku. It has a park and temples and stores as far as the eye can see. And this is a local movie theater here in Kyoto. There's a lot of films in Japanese, but would you be surprised to know that you can watch a lot of North American movies here too? I've noticed a lot of the biggest hits reach to the screens here, but I think most of the major blockbusters are dubbed into Japanese. Do you have these where you're from? This is one of many animal cafes that I've seen in Japan. Places like this let you hang out with cute animals like dogs, but I've even seen owls and pig cafes too. It also has one of my favorite Japanese stores, Daiso. It's a dollar store, my favorite place to buy snacks and all kinds of other things. And what do you guys think about Japanese street fashion? I think this jacket looks really amazing. McDonald's is also a little bit different here. There's 3 different menus: breakfast, lunch, and a yoru or night menu after 5 p.m. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard that the fried shrimp burger is life-changing. Other neighboring streets I love here are Teramachi, featuring tons of grand temples, and Nishiki, famous for street food and fresh seafood. Now, how would you feel about joining me for a picnic? Let's grab some snacks from this convenience store. I'll take you to one of my favorite picnic spots here in Kyoto. But wait, what's this? I do not know what I have stumbled upon, but there is a very cute, very exciting little market that is in front of this building, which I believe is the City Hall. I will have to check that later. It totally is. All the goods are really cool. I think they're all secondhand. I love it. Look at all the fancy things you can get. And the stuff is so nice. Wow. I bet they only take cash. So if this is your jig, then maybe check it out. Someone's selling like gourds or something over there too. Hats and jackets. And look at this cute vintage car. I don't even know what this is. Wow, what a nice little vehicle.
Kyoto, very cool place. Walking over to the Imperial Castle grounds, and we're going to check out the very, very beautiful garden that's going to be there. So I hope you're excited. Look at this beautiful shrine. Okay, I'm going to check it out. So this is on the way to the Imperial Castle. So you can buy all kinds of unamori here. And I don't know what those talismans are for, but very cool. Look, they have this like series of tiny little torii gates, just like over in Fushimi Inari. I have made it just about to the Imperial Palace grounds. This wall here, I think, is the outside wall for the Imperial Palace. And this is the entrance. And look at these trees. Wow. This is such a beautiful maple. Now I gotta go back to that sign. Let's look at this thing together, okay? It says you can't pitch a tent. Thank goodness there's English. You cannot climb a tree. You cannot feed the animals, pick plants, smoke, use instruments or play music, can't do any sports, and you cannot capture any animals, including fishing. No drones. I think vlogging is a go here. Very cool. And I wish I could read the sign, but I can't. So I'm gonna go down this route because it looks amazing and we will take it from there. So I have seen a lot of people walking on the left side. I do not know which side to walk on. There is a cyclist that is doing the left, so that is what I am doing. Look how beautiful this whole place is. And I love the way that you get a mix of the reds and the oranges and the yellows. So when I first saw the leaves starting to change, they became like yellow. And that must have been, I'd like to say like halfway through October. And it has just stayed like colorful since then. The ginkgo trees, I noticed that they turned this beautiful, vibrant yellow, and then they dropped all their leaves basically. So there was just a carpet of beautiful yellow leaves covering everything. Oh, I can just walk through this all day. Maybe I'll turn around and just do that again. So over here, there's this really beautiful ginkgo tree, and I can't wait to show you. My wife is gonna kill me because she told me the name of the ginkgo trees in Japanese at least 5 or 6 times now, and I can't remember them for the life of me. Look at this beautiful carpet of yellow. They all come from this beautiful ginkgo tree right there. For perspective, I'm gonna show you just how massive this tree is, okay? Here's my Family Mart haul, okay? Look how small that is compared to this massive tree. Wow. And it has just blanketed this entire area with yellow all the way back to the entrance. That is gorgeous. Wow. But one other really beautiful thing about these ginkgo leaves, if you collect a whole bunch of these beautiful ginkgo leaves, you can kind of roll them up and collect them into almost like a rose shape. So you just kind of fold them and fold them and fold them. And if you ever come to Japan, grab like a whole pile of these and just make yourself a beautiful ginkgo rose. Wow, everywhere I go, look how beautiful this momiji is again. And I don't know what these are. Looks like some kind of orange or, oh, I think these might be yuzus. Don't know if you're supposed to eat them. There's definitely none that I can pick. All right, so I think I've walked around, gotten to see a lot of really, really beautiful stuff around here, but I'm still carrying around my snacks. And I think it's about time that I found somewhere to enjoy them. There's some benches, but they don't have the most spectacular view in the world. Yours truly really loves these beautiful red trees. Okay, I think I found what I was looking for. I found this cool tree stump right here. This tree stump right here will be my throne for the next 10 minutes. So it is for days like this that I am very glad I wore a top coat because I can just take it off and I still have another coat underneath. I don't know what the term is for enjoying the autumn season. Whatever that is called is what I am doing now. In spring, I know it's called like hanami, which is like viewing flowers or something like that. Okay, so I picked up myself an onigiri, barley with plums, shiso, and greens onigiri. Mmm, delicious. And I've got a melon pan. If you've never had these before, they're called rice crackers. And this one's my favorite, kabukiage. Very delicious, very sweet, savory, and have a ton of crunch to them. There's not a single kabukiage that I have tried that I did not like. So I haven't had this one before, but I am very, very certain it will be delicious. So suddenly, this channel has turned into a konbini mukbang, whatever that works out to. Ah, it is just so nice to be out here. The beautiful like yellows and reds, just good sound effect. Mm, mhm. I love autumn. Summer was really, really hot though. This is really good, by the way. Summer definitely has its appeal. There's a lot of like festivals and stuff that I got to see, and we had a lot of events and stuff. I actually completely missed a bunch of them because when I brought my son over, he needed some time to kind of adjust. Some of them even happened at night because obviously you can't see it very well if like the side of a mountain's on fire during the day as compared to what you would see when it's dark, right? Another one that I want to see next time is going to be this like demon parade. It might have actually been during the day too, but as far as I'm aware, the one that I wanted to see was kind of at night. I think they had it at one of the temples or something. Whatever the case was, I missed it. Oh well. Next year though. Mm, it's just mm, wow. Had a beautiful gust of wind and that is picturesque. So over there, there's another, I think, ginkgo tree. Maybe I should have sat next to that one. Stump ginkgo tree. Stump ginkgo tree. The stump one. When it comes to onigiri, my favorite has probably been this one that has like edamame in it, which you think wouldn't be as cool as stuff like teriyaki chicken or salmon, but I assure you it's delicious. I also got this really, really big inari onigiri. It was like the biggest onigiri that I've seen. Then they covered it in like bean curd skin, and the bean curd's like sweetened, and it's got a little bit of savory notes from probably soy sauce or something. That was amazing. They have another really cool place. I think Daily Yamazaki. I tried some of the bread there, and it is so good. Mm, much recommended if you ever get a chance. But Lawson's has a very specific melon pan that I can't have enough of. Imagine this melon pan, half of it chocolate, and then the other half has like massive chunks of chocolate squares on it. They fill it with whipped cream. So obviously, this is just the melon pan to end all melon pans because you shouldn't have it that often for your own health. But I think it's got everything that I've ever dreamed of on a melon pan. Another really good melon pan that I've seen is, I like to call it a melon pan, but they take the standard melon pan flavor and they flavor it in, if you've ever had Malona, you would know what I mean. Like the green Malona ice cream bars. It tastes like that, but obviously it's a melon pan. It is so good. The best one is like this one by, I think, Pasco. The hard melon pan on the outside and the whole thing just being flavored like melon is like, just, but this melon pan is good too. Now they don't sell it at convenience stores, but you can actually get a 4-pack of this. They're slightly smaller, So I'd like to say they're probably like 30% smaller than this one, but you get four of them for almost the same price. Some of them are like this, like regular melon pan, and then the other half are like chocolate chip melon pan. And you get to have both flavors and save some for later, or just eat all to yourself if you like melon pan like I do. That's the way to go. Mm. Mm. I have to wonder why there's no one in this area. But the other side has like people playing like fun activities with kids. And some people are just enjoying food, like me. On this side of the bushes, there's no one. There's no signs that say you can't, do what I'm doing. There's not a lot of people on this side, and there's tons of people over there. And as a bonus, it's not sunny, so you can enjoy without having to wear like a hat or anything and worry about like sunscreen or like UV, whatever. So I will take it. If it's not apparent, I did not bring something to carry a lot of stuff with today. You have to carry your own garbage all the way home. Although I've seen some convenience stores that have a trash bin for specific items that you buy from there. In most cases, you usually have to bring this home. So the way that I do it is I grab anything that can collapse into like my pocket so that I can bring it home and not have to worry about having a bulge in my pocket or having a bunch of stuff like that's cumbersome or bulky to carry home. Anyway, melon pan. If you haven't had melon pan, it has this beautiful, so if you can hear that, it has a crusty, delicious, crunchy shell, but it's sweet. From the bottom, you can probably see that it's this really soft, fluffy bread. So they've taken this bread, they've covered it in like this beautiful, crunchy cookie almost, right? And when you, mm, mm, that is just like taking a bite of just dreams coming true or falling in love. On a different note, I went and got a health assessment while I was here in Japan. The funniest thing is that basically I have a good chance of getting obese, which I thought was funny. I think they based it off of like some of the phlegm test and then a stool test, which was the funniest thing to have to collect, by the way. Uh, I assure you, I will save that story for another time. But they had a battery of tests, including like checking out your abdomen. So I had like an ultrasound. They gave me some barium to drink, which I didn't even know that was a thing. They sat me on a table that like basically flipped me over like a million times. It was kind of fun actually. Basically being on some sort of wacky medical roller coaster. After all those tests, they told me that I had high BMI. I don't think I weigh that much, but by Japanese standards, I guess I do. They were like, "Oh, you should look at improving your diet while I'm eating a melon pan. Work on exercising more, stuff like that." That is the first time in my life I've ever been told that. Here, it's just like, you're a little on the heavy side. And I looked at it, I was like, I was basically borderline. Oh, you better be careful or you're going to end up obese. Like maybe 5 pounds more, and they would have just been like, "You're definitely obese." Yours truly, me, I am going to have to work out more and maybe stop eating melon pan, but I can't say no. I'm not sure if I put a piece of leaf into my mouth. Vegetables, I guess. Fiber. Yum. I wish I could paint. If I could paint, I would just be here like every day, painting my little heart away. I should do this more often. Not necessarily what you're watching right now. I mean, just sitting down and having a picnic. Well, if you went to Nara Park, you wouldn't really be able to sit down and enjoy like a picnic because the deer would probably want to enjoy some of it too. Like these deer coming up to you being like, "Hey, I see you've got a banana." That happened to me, by the way. They will definitely stick their heads into your bag and grab your bananas. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. I'm surprised I'm not surrounded by ants yet. I haven't seen any, but I'm sure they're around here. Kyoto has like so many beautiful places you can go and visit. Kinkakuji, right? That like golden pavilion, or the Arashiyama forest, or like Kyomuzu-dera, or Fushimi Inari, right? Those places are very famous and for very good reasons. Those places are gorgeous, right? But everybody wants to see them. A level of like crowdedness that you get there is just like beyond. Like I've never seen crowds like that. Aside from like the really big famous attractions, a lot of really tiny little shrines and stuff are really, really beautiful, and they're so quiet and peaceful and serene. You can walk in peace without like a whole tour bus of people like following you or crowding around you or blocking your view and sight and stuff, just by enjoying like stuff that's even slightly off of the beaten track. At least you get to enjoy like an authentic Japanese experience, and you don't have to fight crowds. So I've been kind of doing that. So if you had me try to name a couple of other places that don't necessarily land on most people's lists when they come to Kyoto, Tofukuji, right? That's a really, really beautiful temple. They have a garden, and like it's just a beautiful walk, up and down. And at the end of it, they treat you to like a bridge. And depending on the time of the year that you go, it's almost like you're walking through like a sea of like maple trees. Or Daigoji Temple. They've got like a really, really big land area that you can kind of explore. And at the end, they have like bridges and like the most serene, tranquil pond. Just the way that they've laid out the entire temple grounds is just really wow. There's this place called Byodo-in Temple, and it's actually, I think, on the 10 yen coin. Amazingly beautiful. When I went, they had this really, really beautiful like autumn foliage. But I think during like early spring, they have wisteria, especially if you're into Demon Slayer. And I'm not going to talk about that too much more. Moving on to the rice crackers. This is what they look like. So they're super crunchy, super delicious. Some of them are like a little bit spiced up, not spicy, but they have more flavoring, I guess, on them than others. Mm. Kabuki age, senbei. I love how many serious photography enthusiasts I've seen here. I've definitely seen a lot of big DSLRs, big lenses, and tripods. They are so right to come and enjoy their hobby here. Feels like every day I go out and I see something that, wow, that is beautiful. And I'd always feel like capturing it on cameras. Top 10 things that I have enjoyed since coming to Japan. Number 10 is definitely convenience food. I love convenience stores, and a lot of them have almost anything that you think you want. And the food is really tasty, like this. Number 9 would be seeing all the cool cultural things like temples and shrines. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between them. A lot of them have really beautiful gardens or scenery, or the actual temple or shrine is just gorgeous beyond all reason. If you come to Japan, please check out a temple or a shrine. I know they're religious places, but they are really quite beautiful. Number 8 would be the beautiful natural wonders that I've seen. Like this stuff behind me, this autumn foliage, wow. And I can't tell you enough how much I look forward to seeing this place in spring. I would definitely skip the heat of summer. It is way too hot, 38 degrees in the daytime. And of course, you have the sun to that. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get heat stroke. I would open the door to my house and it would just hit me like, ah. Number 7, I'm not even sure if I'll make it to 10. I'm almost out of my crackers. Number 7 would be the food. In Japan is just so cool. They have a bunch of things that I've never tried before. I had this tofu, I think it was called age dashi. It's basically like this tofu fried layer on top of it to make it like slightly crispy. And it sits in like this beautiful like broth. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Need more of that in my life. Am I at number 6 now? Everyone's really polite. When you come here, you'll feel it. It's always just in little fine details. And even just People that you meet, they're just so warm and friendly, but they'll definitely give you space. So this is my last rice cracker, so I'm not going to make it 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. And until then, I will save this list for another day. Okay, let's go. Don't know where I'm going to go. Don't know what I'm going to see. I've definitely made it to something.
Looks like they offer tours at this part of the Imperial Palace, but it's fully booked.
If you want to bring a stroller here, it's definitely very gravelly, and almost everything that I've seen has been on some kind of rough terrain. Yeah, autumn in Japan is nuts. Wow. If I was someone who was really, really into cool cinematic scenes, I bet this would be really amazing. For those of you who are portrait photographers, I think you'd be happy to know that I am literally standing right next to the tree. The colors are amazing. Okay, anyway, let's check out whatever this place is. Says that it's a free rest area that anyone can enjoy. Pretty cool place to see. I don't know if I'd particularly visit there aside from just using the bathroom. I wonder what's in that tour. Whatever this place is, it's sure got a really, really big, fancy gate. This place has gates on, seems like every side, and I still have not found the entrance. This is the south gate. I've seen the east gate. All that's left is the west. I've done the north. Let's check out the west gate. So they're playing some sort of an announcement. Earlier it was in Chinese.
Ceci est une annonce du centre d'information du parc national Kyoto.
Oh,
Voici la liste des choses qu'il est interdit de faire.
is that in French? I guess this is where the tour buses and the taxis are. Pretty sure that the entrance to the actual Imperial Palace is just around the corner over there. All these things are mysteries and more. Definitely a information center.
In here, it looks like they've got a miniature version of the Imperial Palace. You can check out the whole grounds and everything. That's kind of cool. What do you guys think of taxidermy?
Okay, so this rest area is definitely bigger. Look at this menu. You can get a cool teishoku, but I'm not really hungry. We will save that for the next trip. Just use the bathroom here, and as far as I can tell, they didn't have a space for a dad to change a diaper. Maybe there's something in the women's. I've seen that a couple times where like the men's washroom doesn't have a dedicated space for changing a diaper, but the women's does. Unless it's supposed to be inside of the handicap thing, which had its own little door. We definitely found something. So if you want to enter this place, go in through the west side, now open to walk-in visitors. Amazing. They lend out wheelchairs if you want them, and they're free. And they also have a bike parking lot. And it says that you don't need a reservation and admission is free. Closes at 6 o'clock, but you can't get in after 3:20. Okay, let's get into this place. I got through the security where they gave me a visitor tag. And apparently there's tours. I don't think I'll make it for any of them. English sections, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I have no idea what time it is. They offer these leaflets, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, Korean, and Nihongo. Do not know what this is for. Looks like you got lockers. They have a guide app, free Wi-Fi. So there's a bathroom on the inside. Sure is bright. Would be amazing if I had a thing to cover up and shield my eyes from the sun, wouldn't it? Now, if only I had something like that. These gates are so beautiful. Like, is that real gold? Who knows? I bet it is. This is an imperial palace. Has this ever been invaded? Probably. Ninjas and stuff. Oh, wow. They have cherry and mandarins. All this stuff that I don't understand, like what is kawatake? I like that they have the crests all over the rooms. My Fusuma look just as cool as that, minus all the embellishments, fancy, expensive things, and the handles. Mine have little holes, and you just stick your fingers in them. Ooh, what are these, herons? Oh, okay, so they have cranes. The one that's right there is the cherry tree. And this one here is probably the tiger. You know, I've got to wonder if they do anything with these rooms. Otherwise, you just look into the empty rooms. This place is a lot of walking. Pro dad tip. Maybe bring one of those carriers. so that you don't have to push your baby stroller through a bunch of this gravel. And in some areas, the gravel is actually like pretty deep. So according to the sign that I read over there, this is apparently the most important ceremonial building in the Kyoto Imperial Palace. Okay. This courtyard is massive. Could you imagine living in a place like this? Rock garden situation. If I was smart, I would take a selfie. I guess I should take a selfie. Apparently, this is how they make the roof. So it's made out of a Japanese cypress. Look at that. That's so cool. This place is so aesthetic. It is golden and it is bright. Holy smokes. All right. Apparently, this is a Shunkoden, divine mirror enshrined. I think I read something about this. There's like a mirror, a sword, and then something else. So apparently, there's a little more. Look at how cool this courtyard is, though. I like the way that they put together these joists and stuff. Japanese architecture is really impressive to me. I remember hearing somewhere that they don't use any nails. Could you imagine trying to piece something together without using nails, though? So now we're looking at the living quarters. This place is fancy and intimidating. I'm surprised they don't charge a fee to enter this place. Oh, look at this bridge. This is insane. Love that. Something I would love to sit here and spend time with. They don't actually have chairs or benches or something, so you would have to stand, which is fine. Can you hear the birds? Oh, there's a waterfall behind there.
After that, my camera died, but I didn't see much more at the palace anyway. Luckily, on my way back home, I had enough juice in my phone to take a few more photos. South of the palace, there's a gorgeous bridge you can cross. It overlooks this beautiful pond area, which has a shrine on the far side. The grounds also have several shrines you can visit. Look at this big ginkgo tree.
I'm heading home. It's has been amazing having you here watching, and I hope you had fun.
Please subscribe to hang out with me on more adventures, and I'll catch you in the next video.